Aloha! Welcome back to the Real Trash Podcast. Real Trash Podcast. Thank you for being back on another Real Trash Podcast episode with me. Welcome. Aloha. Um, Welcome to this podcast where we talk about trashy subjects from politics to Disney news to my regular life in life. And usually when we talk about my regular life, it's usually you can be the one to talk about. You're the counselor, and I'm the patient. So welcome where we talk about all trashy subjects, even from celebrity stuff too. But right now, um, also, I love to introduce myself every time I'm on the Real Trash podcast. Thank you so much for being here, for watching and taking the dedication to be able to watch my Real Trash podcast. I really deeply appreciate everybody watching my Real Trash podcast. Um, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that so much. Well, I would like to tell you a little bit more about myself and what I do on this podcast. And the number one subject I talk about on this podcast every time I am on this podcast. Hi, my name is Noah James. If you've never met me before, Noah James Markham. Um, yes, I am from the island of Hawaii. Yes, the island of Oahu. Um, and yeah, where I welcome anybody onto my Real Trash podcast. As you can see, when when you get the intro, you see who I am as a person. I'm a little different. And so I welcome everybody, even from the LGBTQ plus community. I welcome you guys all. I'm here to be able to watch my podcast. My number one subject I talk about on this podcast, my number one issue always is disability. I've had a disability my whole life, and it's hard of hearing. I was born right out in 1998 with a hard of hearing, a hearing loss. And I know sign language, so I can talk to people in sign language. Also, deaf people. I have a deaf friend that I talk to all the time in sign language. So it's really awesome and cool to be able to have the interaction with other deaf people. Yeah, so it's so cool. So the number one topic I really talk about on this subject, on this podcast, I really talk about that subject. Always and will always be the most important thing on this subject. And also another important thing is that not everybody in the disability community is like me, like happy and shining, and there's a lot of them that are miserable out there. And luckily, I've been able to figure out that I've been born with this, that you have to deal with it and still be happy as a person, right? Because some people can't do that when they've had it not as long as me. So it just depends on the person who they are. But yeah, welcome. We are 8 days left until the presidential election. If you have not voted yet, I hope that you do vote in this election. It's very critical, and I know we're out of the margin of error. I know it is very, uh, the election is very close. And yeah, it's been close ever since um, Kamala became president. And I know that people are still worried about that, about a woman trying to be president. Um, and I tell guys, I've been a guy my whole life. Just because I have nails and a little different doesn't mean I can't do that. But also, I would tell you that all guys that don't know what is on the line, there is a lot on the line. And as a man, I will tell you that I will vote for a lady, especially somebody that's going to sign into law abortion nationwide, not just in one state, nationwide. She's going to put that into law for every state to be able to do what you need to do with your body for women's choice, what they need to do with their bodies, from pregnancies, whatever it is. They make the decision. It's not the man's decision, and it's not up to the government, right? Um, and so I hope that people will understand this. I've had 6 sisters in my life, and I tell people that all the time. I'm okay with the change. I know it's hard to see it, but it's good for a change and let people do what they need to do. Um, and I'm a little different. As I can see, I have my nails for Halloween. I was actually supposed to be um, Ursula this year, but I got some nails done, and now I got other things I need to do now because I've been so crucially into the Sun Devils for Harris. Oh, wow, y'all. This is so cool to have this. Yeah, this is, if you're a Sun Devil out there, I hope that you will vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Um, that would be amazing too. But yeah, so this whole election is in 8 days. So let's just talk about just trashy things from, uh, Trump. It's just been so many things. My grandmother had a sign in her yard, and some Trump fan took it out of her yard and yanked it. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, political violence. You don't want to see a woman. And so that really bothers me a lot as a country. Also, let's go. That's the trashy thing that I'm talking. That's trash. Okay? You don't do that. Also, Trump saying that America's trash when Kamala's going to go in there and trash it even more. You know what I mean? They trashed it already because Biden trashed it. Like, no. People are still shopping. People are still eating at restaurants. People are still going to school. So I don't see the difference. I also made this over the week. This one is really cute. This friendship bracelet. And it's really cool. It says Joy, Kamala Joy. And I love that joy because I think we really need this joy back in our country. There is a lot of people that are miserable, but you can be that person to put that joy in the world, right? You don't have to be that miserable person because you just spread that joy to other people. And that's coming from a rainbow state. I really believe in that too. Also, I let's get off of this subject because we got into this. So 8 days, if you have anybody that's independent, Democrats that haven't been ready to vote yet this year, please get them to vote. November 7th is the last day to vote. 7 p.m. The polls close. So I want you guys to be very clear about that. I want to be clear about that with you guys. Also, um, in my regular life, oh yeah. Now let's just go into my regular life. Now you can be my counselor and I'll talk to you guys. Um, Jeez, it's been crazy. Um, I have a sister and I welcome a new niece into my life. Oh my goodness, I'm so thankful and grateful that I have another niece in my family. Um, and Uncle Noah James is a new uncle again to another niece. So welcome her into the world, and I hope you guys welcome her into the world too. um, so yeah, I have two sisters that are on the spectrum of the Trumpism. And I don't like that about them. And yeah, so, that's just sad. Actually, there's three of them. Never mind, three Trumpism. Three. I'm saying two. Three of them. Three on the side, the bad side. Um, and the fourth one, I don't know. I hope she didn't vote for Kamala. You know, it's it is what it is. Um, but yeah, so that's been crazy. And then people are still gambling in my family. It's just like so annoying. You just like you can't say anything to them because it's like, but if I give the rent money to somebody, like my sisters that are older than me, they think that they can rule over me because they've done things for me, or it's. I don't know if you understand that, but they just think they have a little more power over because they done this and that for me. And I just disagree on that 100%. And I'm grateful and thankful for what they've done. But there's problems that they have and they take it on me, and I don't like that. Also, I'm also always trying to find a place for myself because, like I always, every month, I'm always like, oh my God, I'm going to go homeless, and like the system here, homelessness, you have to have a job. And that's a trashy subject right there. You have to have a job to be homeless. That is just trashy all the way. And some people cannot handle a job and be homeless. They can't. There's a reason why they're there, right? Um, and some people like being homeless. Now, do I like it? No. But I also don't want to have a job because I'm not dealing with that right now. I'm dealing with other things, right? So it's just frustrating. We're in Arizona, I know that everywhere else, but yeah, that's the big thing. But I'm just like, oh my God, there's always something happening here, like eviction, eviction, gambling, and they're still gambling and think it's cool to gamble. Then we got another Trump supporter, right across the street, right across the room from me. It's just so annoying. I love this fan. This one is so cool. Kamala Harris fan. Ugh. And it even like blows the best air. Yeah. It blows the best air. But yeah. Well, that's been a situation. And then, my mother, she gets on my nerves a lot. I have car insurance to pay, and so she just lies and says she's paying that stuff, and it's like, are you really paying for that or not? Oh yeah, I used to check. Then when I get to her about something, it's like it never goes through. Like it's just certain things with that. They think they have high authority, but they don't pay their bills. Like pay the most important bill. Why is there other bills you're paying before that most important bill? I don't understand. I really don't understand that at all. Do you understand that? I don't know if you do. um, but yeah, so that's been my deal. And then trying to deal with this Trump supporter run across my room is so obnoxious and so annoying to me. I have to deal with it. But yeah, it's frustrating. So that is the update of the week. I hope you like this podcast today. And thank you so much to all my Real Trash podcast fans for watching my podcast episode. Also, thank you to my own Hannah Angels that are watching my YouTube channel, my YouTube Reels, to my Real Trash podcast. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing fans. And I try to go live sometimes because you know what? Lives is fun sometimes just to talk on it sometimes. So it's really cool to do that. But thank you so much for being another Trash podcast with me. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And get people to vote because you have 8 days left. And the last day is November the 5th, you guys. So get them out and to vote. And yeah, have a good one. And let's do this. We got 8 more days to go. Vote, 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 vote. And when we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Yes. Okay. Have a good one. And at the end of my YouTube videos or anything, my Real Trash Podcast, what do I say, Ohana Angels or Real Trash Podcast fans? Hui ho and always be yourself. Love y'all. And see you on the next podcast episode. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later.